Let's move on to the next topic, and we're going to talk about Heung-min Son. And, in the WhatsApp group, aren't we? We got Josh and David Harris going head-to-head on this topic all the time. We're going to start off with UK, and it's about whether should Son be playing on the left or as a striker, because he has struggled in the last couple of games. On the left, he struggled as well a bit this season, but there was that game against Newcastle where he absolutely tore Trippier a new one. But I think the stats speak for itself that he is still an unbelievable number 9 in certain games. But where do you think he should be playing, Kate?
Do you know, it's so hard because, Sonny's Mr. Tottenham and, everyone loves Sonny because, and to be fair, me included, none of us want to sort of acknowledge that he's getting older and he's not going to be here forever.
No, he's not. He's still 18. He's
getting younger. Exactly. Did you not get the memo? He's getting younger.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that against the low block, Sonny as a striker is the worst possible option because he just cannot make any sort of impression on the game at all. But when Richarlison's out, and I'm not saying Richarlison is the answer either, but I think Sonny plays better on the left with a striker like Richarlison. Obviously, the partnership he had with Harry Kane is something we'll probably never see again, unfortunately. They knew where the other one always was, they created space for one another. And I think Son's recently looking a little bit lost. I just feel the front three, no matter which three we play, I just don't think there's any communication between the three of them. When Sonny was playing with Solomon, we started to see a little bit of a partnership building up there, and then Solomon got injured. And since then, I think the whole front three looks really disjointed. So I'm not sure how we resolve that. Like I say, when it's not a low block, I quite like Sonny as a striker, but when it's a low block team, he's got to be on the left. But again, Richarlison's been injured, so we haven't had that opportunity. But
yeah.
I think I've seen people saying we should cash in on him now and sell him to the Saudis over the past few days. I think it's bonkers. I think this fan base is so reactionary when it comes to our players.
Cash in on Richarlison or Son? You're talking about Son?
Son. I'm talking about Sonny, yeah.
Nah.
His stats show he's still a phenomenal player. It's everybody's learning where they need to be, and Angie's trying to find out where people play best, and it is a learning season. I think everyone just needs to calm down, but the front three, as I say, as a whole, I just feel that they're not communicating very well, and maybe that's because they've been chopped and changed a lot. I don't know, but personally, I think Sonny would work better on the left, and if we had a really good striker in the middle.
So come the North London derby in just under 2 weeks' time, are you starting Sonny on the left? And let's say if Richarlison's back, are you starting Sonny on the left?
Yeah, purely because I think we need Richarlison's physicality. I think we need his height, and I think we need a bit of his needle as well, winding up the Gooners. And like I say, if it doesn't work, it can be switched. Ange made changes at half time, and it can be moved about. But for me personally, that is how I would start it off, because I think Richie offers, like I say, I'm not a huge Richie fan, but he works his bits off. He's everywhere on that pitch. He's up, I'm not going to swear, he's up there defending, he's attacking, he's working hard. Plus he brings that little bit of fire to the game. He knows how to win a foul, and he's got the physical presence, the height. So yeah, personally, that is how I would start the game. But as I say, I'm not sitting here saying that Richarlison is the answer. I'm just going with what we have available to us at the moment.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I think it's spot on. Like I've been saying that over the course of the season, that it's horses for courses, right? Against a low block, you probably want a Richarlison there. Against someone that plays a bit higher, Sonny running in behind is the perfect guy to have in that position. But Josh, I mean, you've been very adamant that Son should only play number 9 for us in the WhatsApp group. Has these last 2 games or last couple of games changed your mind at all?
A little bit, I'm a little bit lost with it. I still believe that Sonny is the best option against good teams, where we have space. And I think the problems with Sonny, you still get on the left wing anyway. Like, as in the problems with him not... I know people say, oh, he can't bully defenders and hold up the ball or whatever, but you still want your left winger to be able to hang on to the ball and play intricate football when we're against low blocks, and he that's not his game either. He's literally running behind, score, like amazing finisher. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think he's going to do well on the left against the low block teams that we've been facing anyway. So yeah, it's sad to say, but I just think like my plan next season, if I was in charge, is I would get 2 new wingers, and have Son rotating with a new striker. That's what
Pessy in.
And have Sonny against teams that are going to press us, and let him get some minutes on the left wing if we need to, like whatever. He's the captain, but also he's going to be another year older, so we need to start managing his minutes anyway. So maybe Sonny doesn't start all the time next season. So I'd keep Sonny. I'm never saying I want him to sign a contract for as long as he wants and stay here forever. I love Sonny, but I don't think any of them are up to the task. Basically, I would sign 2 or 3 new attackers. Definitely.
What are you doing? Well, I guess the question is for the next game, going the next few games, is Sonny going back to the left, or are you playing him up front?
I'd probably play him up front. It's funny because in the WhatsApp group I said, we should bring Richie back in for Arsenal. So I was on Kate's side, but then Sim kind of turned me around again and made me think, actually, like, Sonny should get chances through the middle against Arsenal. And I think, I think I'd play him through the middle. The thing is, I don't want to play Werner. so because I could just see Werner missing like open goals. And it's like, although Werner contributes a lot, if he's on the pitch, he's the one that the chances are going to fall to. So I wouldn't even be opposed to. Do you remember early in the season when we were playing Liverpool, and did we do it against Arsenal as well, where Richarlison was on the left? Was it? I know we did it against Liverpool.
We didn't know against Liverpool.
Arsenal, didn't Richarlison come on?
Brendan played on the left.
Yeah, Brendan started and went off injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then Solomon came on.
Then Solomon came on, yeah.
But there was 2 games where we played Richie on the left,
Yeah, Fulham at home. There was Fulham at home. Richie got 2 assists, I think, or 1 assist. He assisted Sonny in the centre. I can't remember who else. Liverpool. And assisted against Liverpool.
Honestly,
there was a little period. There was a little period, yeah.
I'd play Richie on the left and let
it was Crystal Palace away as well.
Oh yeah, and so like I'd let them swap it out if it's not working, and then put Sonny wide and whatever. But at least if they're on the same pitch, they can rotate and confuse and stuff like that. So I'd play Richie, Johnson, and Son through the middle.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at those next 3 games: Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. I mean, those are the games where you want Son down the middle. Those are the games where we're going to have spaces for us, teams that play a high line. I mean, how many goals? Son scored 2 at the Emirates this season, consistently scores against Liverpool. There's Chelsea side as well under Pochettino. We all know how they like to play as well. So surely these next 3 games is going to be Son's bread and butter in the number 9, right, Sim?
100%. The problem is he's not in great form in that position. We played Newcastle away, he was terrible. Fulham away, he was terrible. West Ham away, he was terrible. So if you're a fan judging him on his form, basically in that position, I don't blame fans for thinking, well, he has to come out of that position. Look how he's been playing last few games. You can't take him out the number 9. It's not working for him in the number 9. But I think if you were to take him out of the number 9 with these games coming up, it will be a big mistake because, as you say, these are the games he's going to get the space. These are the games he thrives on. He's such a big game player, and he got 2 goals at the Emirates. He scored against Liverpool at the Tottenham Stadium. He always scores against City, playing in the number 9. He scored at the Etihad early in the season, playing in the number 9 as well. These are and especially these teams all going for the title, they're going to need the wins as well. They're not going to come and sit back against Tottenham because they need to win those games. The draw's not good enough. So I do think Son's going to get chances, and these are the games he absolutely loves and thrives on. So these are the games you need him in the number 9, not just one. I think we need him there. I think if these teams are coming up against us and are pushing up a bit, and we have Richarlison in the number 9, they're going to be way too easy to pen us in, and we're not going to have the outball of Sonny running in behind and that pace we need. So I think for these games, we need Son in the 9. Maybe for games against Burnley, Sheffield United, potentially, you can put him on the left, bring Rishi in, and maybe there'll be more avenues for goals there. I just feel like in these big games against the top three, these are games you need Sonny up front. He's a big game killer. I think he's the top goal scorer against the top five this season, out of anyone. Because of how effective he is in these games. He thrives off these games. So I think it would be a mistake to go off form to move him out of that position going into these games.
Also, I'm not being funny here, but like before these last three games, I think we probably all would have been in agreement saying Son is one of, if not the best number 9 in the Premier League right now, with the amount of goals he's scoring. You look at the record of games he's played number 9 to assists and goals. It was just unbelievable stats. And now he's had a couple of bad performances along with a team that's had bad performances. Not just him, it's the whole team that have been performing poorly over the last couple of games. So do you not think maybe Kate or Josh, whoever wants to take this one, that the fan base, including us maybe, have been a bit reactionary with Son in the number 9?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I mean, to be fair, Sonny does love to score against the Gooners. So, it's hard. Like I say, it's hard because you do look at form, and when you see a player go off form, it's one of those things. Do you carry on playing them into form, or do you take them out the team? But with Sonny, it's difficult. He's our captain. Like I say, he's Mr. Spurs. I think this is the sort of game, I believe, that if Sonny's going to change his form, this is the sort of game he'll turn up at. He's a big game player. He's, like I say, he's been brilliant as captain this year. So, yeah, have faith in Sonny. I'm sure he'll turn it round. But I do think that fans, are reactionary. We've seen it, like everybody piling onto Timo. It's just everyone's looking for someone to blame as to why things go wrong. And I get it, but Sonny's got a lot of credit in the bank. So, call it sentimentality or whatever you want to call it. I just think Son, he's the sort of player that can come on or start a game and change a game instantly. He's going to set the pace and set the tone. And so I do think we can be a bit reactionary. I'm not going to lie. And I'm guilty of it as well.
And also, it's probably there's so much more pressure on Son than maybe other attackers at other clubs. Like Son is just so far and away our biggest goal output in the forward line. It's like when he has an off day, everyone focuses on him. Like if he's having an off day, it's not working for him, then that's a big problem. Like Haaland's had a few off days recently, but no one really talks about it, do they? Because they've got people like Foden scoring hat-tricks. They've got other players filling in. It feels like with Sonny, if he's not getting in the score sheet, then we struggle to score. And that's not a problem with Sonny, that's a problem with us as a club.
Straight away, the narrative is, he's not good enough for number 9 anymore. I was like, and then on the left, it'll be the same. Like if he has a bad performance on the left, he's not a left winger no more, put him at number 9.
Yeah.
Like he is literally the best left winger and the best number 9 at his club. And I think he's good at both roles. But I just prefer him in the number 9.
We've gone from being Harry Kane FC to Son FC now because we're completely reliant on Son to score our goals. So, we've kind of just moved the responsibility across. Yeah,
it's so true. But look, we'll see what happens. Let's hope he does. I back him to get back to full form in these next 3 games where he can really find that space in behind.